Hey, how y'all doing? We're back with a brand new game. This time is a point and click horror game. The Last Door by the Game Kitchen. Now, I got a chance to play, I believe it was a demo of this. We're gonna add some closed captions. And, yeah, you know what? For those who may have dyslexia, this should help you out. I don't have it, but hey, you're watching it. This is for you. So we'll make it a little easier on y'all. Um, but as I was saying, I played a demo of, I believe, the first episode of the first season, some time back, and I was completely captivated by it. It's very low res, but it's still pretty damn scary and pretty damn effective. So we're gonna obviously start with season one. We're gonna play this all the way through, and I think this is actually the first point and click game we played on the no Chalk. We did Chalk. Okay, so technically second. But anyway, this is the last door. Let's get this started. All right, so move cursor over inventory, move cursor over inventory, move cursor fast, move cursor slow. I see. Why would you have the fast one? All right. Generic interaction, icon revealer, or icon. Okay, this is interesting. We'll see how well this works out. After all the things I have seen, we got rope. Is that loud? That thing's a bit loud. To all the things I have done. Hold on. We're gonna bring the music down. Alright, that's better. I cannot escape the course my life has taken. I am beyond redemption. That was also a very unfortunate caption. I just hope you can forgive me someday. Yours sincerely, Anthony Beechworth. Damn, that was a good opening. Also, yeah, Tia. How you doing? Appreciate you being here. Hope you're having a great day. Starting to feel like this closed caption isn't really helping, to be honest. I was expecting something different than that. October 1891. Vidette Neki Skiat. I probably fucked that up. That was all my childhood friend Anthony Beechworth had written in his letter. It had been many years since I had heard that sentence. It was the motto of the science and philosophy group that we had secretly run as students, back when we were in that secluded boarding school in Scotland. But we had left it all behind, like mere childhood memories. That letter was unusual. It could only mean something awful must have happened. Something that must remain absolutely secret. I had to find out what was going on. Without delay, I took the first morning train to Sussex and made my way to the address on the letter. And there it was, the house, the old house of Anthony's family, the Beechworth Manor. Season 1, Episode 1, The Letter. And so begins our adventure. So, like I said, it's very low res, which is very evocative at the exact same time. This is strange. Everything is silent, as if there was no one living here. I'm worried about Anthony. I have to find him. A grandfather clock is the only sound around here. Is this Anthony? The years have not been kind to him. You have no idea. Oh, here we are. A note on the table. Ah! Dear Mr. Beechworth, due to the recent events, the situation has become unbearable for us, and much to our regret, we have no other choice but to leave. We will remain forever grateful for all these years in your service. God bless you, Mr. and Mrs. Brewer. And a cat. What's up? Ah, I love you too. What's up? My coat. Okay. So it looks like these are stairs going up. Large window is wide open, letting all the cold dusk air in. A fireplace. It looks like it has not been cleaned in a long time. So right off the bat, the cursor is very responsive. And the best part is it doesn't fall under the old adventure game studio logic where the character has to walk to a specific place to activate the dialogue. Most of the time, apparently. A machine that plays recorded music. I did not know that Anthony was such an enthusiast of new inventions. Oh. I think a recording of sound or music can be played if an engraved cylinder or disc is inserted, but I see no such object in this device. A cabinet with glasses and some liquor bottles. There's also a matchbox. I'll take that matchbox. These matches could become useful, or will be useful. The usefulness. A deer head overlooks the room with glass eyes. I like how fast this cursor is. It's just the right speed. Also, let me know how everything sounds. Is the game too loud, too soft? Am I too loud? Am I too soft? I know I'm a little too soft. A seascape. There is a small boat struggling against the roaring waves. A rainy mountain landscape. This portrait is crooked. No, it's still crooked. Ah, shit. An old rosary. A cord of beads with a solid wooden crucifix. Take the rosary. This painting depicts a deep, dark forest. So I think when it's an important item, we walk towards it. When it's just flavor text, a small plant brings some life to this place. When it's just flavor text, we don't have to... The character doesn't have to move. So I want to open all these doors. Or maybe not that one. This door is locked. I should try and find the key to open it. It's a really run-down bedroom. March 5th, 1891. Master Anthony has made us get rid of our religious objects. What is going on with him? Luckily, I have found a place to hide my rosary. I cannot pray every night without it. We found it. May 18th, 1891. Master Anthony has been complaining about Alfie. What would a simple cat do to him? He ordered us to keep him out of the house at all times. Still, I cannot let that poor thing starve. He is such a clever cat. Every time I open the window, he knows food is waiting for him. Anyway, I'm more worried about Master Anthony. He is growing more and more unlike himself every day. September 15th, 1891. Master Anthony is spending whole days locked inside his office. He wants us to leave him food at the door, but he barely eats anything. I'm really worried. There's nothing of interest in the drawers. Wash basin and some toiletries. There's a lamp. We'll take a lamp. For we love lamp and lamp loves us. An empty bowl like the ones used to feed pets. Alessa, don't you dare. The window is so dirty that I can barely see through to the outside. Alright, well we need to get to, it looks like I think that's where we feed the cat. There's a tiny dark hole in the wall. I see you back there. I see your tail. I like that they have this whole taking place at dusk. A plate with some days-old leftovers. That lighting is just fantastic, and that unearthly orange just adds to the atmosphere. The kitchen stove and a cleaning cloth. We want that cloth. It might come in handy. I'll take it. Variety of herbs and ingredients. Plates and pans. Nothing over there. So we can actually like show off. So we could, if we're not sure what we need, I can hold down one of the buttons and it will show me all the different interaction points. Oop. This is unfortunate. Garbage bin. Judging by the foul odor, I would say it has not been emptied in a fortnight. A murder of crows is eating eagerly. There are so many birds that I cannot see their prey from here. Okay, yeah. These crows are too vicious. Getting close would be dangerous. So we won't. We can actually take a trip around the side here. The fields surrounding the house stretch majestically as far as the eye can see. I did not know Anthony was the owner of such a property. Okay, so we're gonna head upstairs. And luckily we have lamp. Oh, door's stuck, it won't open. Got it. Damn, the soundtrack is good. This doorway has been boarded up. They are firmly nailed down. I cannot remove them with my bare hands. I thought those are candles, but I guess not. A double bed. From the accumulated dust, I would guess it has not been slept in for a very long time. A gentleman with a serious and inquisitive look. The fireplace is black with soot. This window leads to a balcony shared with the adjacent room. But it's locked. I cannot open the latch, it is stuck. Perhaps I could do so using a small tool. Well, I guess we gotta find Ben Shapiro then. Small photographs and old daguerreotypes, mostly family portraits. It's all good, Tia Colin, no worries. Hopefully you get your phone set up soon. It's locked from the inside. Alright. This door is locked. Oh, they do have a fast travel feature. I very much appreciate that. Cold wind of the evening is a relief in this suffocating atmosphere. It looks like the window frame is rotten. I would need some kind of cord to hold the window open. I'm actually surprised that worked. An empty bowl. So we need something to fill the bowl? Possibly? Looks like the crows are still at it. Old cloth used and very dirty. Lamp is glowing faintly. So what can we do? Maybe we can use the cloth in the fireplace. Looks like it hasn't been clean in a long time. No, didn't like that. Some square areas on the wall are visibly cleaner. It looks like some of the paintings are missing. Same thing. Yeah, so there's paintings that are missing here. Ah, I missed a door. Except it's locked from the inside. Okay, so I did miss this, whatever this is. No, I didn't miss that. I just can't do anything with it. But there is something here. Just barely hidden amongst the pixels. A silver key. Alright. So now we gotta figure out which door is locked. Is it this one? From the inside. So that doesn't help. Was it you? Door's stuck, so that's not it either. So I think it's a store? Yeah, there we go. I think this is a slate disc record. The sleeve reads The Carnival of Venice. Good. Slightly rusted iron crowbar. We can use that for upstairs. Small pile of firewood, twigs, and chunks of dry bark. Boiler looks like it has been out of use for a long time. Get the hell out of here. Okay, so down there is pretty creepy, but like, tone down that dripping noise. Make it happen way less frequently. So I'll toss on a record. It must be broken. I do not know how to make it stop. Oh God. The music has abruptly stopped. Much to everybody's delight. Okay, maybe we can use the crowbar here. Yes, there we go. Ooh. My God, what has happened here? So on the wall in blood is "Leave me alone." There's a corpse on the bed. The lifeless body of a woman has been here for a few days. Looks like she is clutching a note in her hand. I am writing what will surely be my final thoughts, my last lines, my last breath. I do not know what kind of dark power has turned my husband into what he is now. A stranger with a look bereft of all sanity, compassion, and human warmth. I do not know what shadow has slowly darkened our lives. I do not know this foreign guest that now dwells in our souls. I do not know where it is from, but I am sure it is not from this world. I will meet my brothers and sisters soon. I will be free from this abyss of madness and fear. Soon, I will stop trembling. There's a hairpin, which I think will unlock that door. There's a letter. Dear Margaret, it has been days since Anthony left his office. I can hear him whisper, angrily, frightfully, and it gets worse at night. Our service left a few days ago. Without their help and company, I am lost. I can barely walk out of bed, and not even the doctor will come here after his argument with Anthony. My husband has developed a horrible ability to break anyone's will. I do not know what to do. I do not have any strength left. I wish I could send you this letter. Your dear friend, Anna Beechworth. An old wheelchair. Nothing of interest on this dressing table. A diary page. I cannot stand their stares. They watch me. They judge me. They despise me. I know they think I am not worthy of this family, but who are they but dust and bones? A memory. Leave me. I do not need you. Leave me alone. A letter in feeble handwriting. I cannot go on. All is lost. Are these the paintings from the hallway? A woman of strong features and dark hair. She has a bold look at her eyes. A noise, a clanking noise. The young Anthony, just like I remember. She looks like the woman on the bed. She is holding a baby. Could that be Anthony's child? This old man bears some resemblance to Anthony, but his countenance is marred by a severe, unsettling gaze. This young woman, not yet in her 20s, stares defiantly back at me. A man with blonde hair. I feel as if I have seen him before. Something about this painting is interesting. A portrait of Anthony, standing beside a mounted wildcat or lynx. The paint looks fresher around the animal's head. I guess we could try... Nope. There's a big raven perched outside the window, tapping on the glass with its beak. So that's what that clinking noise is. It's the raven. And it looks like we unlock fast travel once we go through a door. So just because we came in doesn't mean we have fast travel. We actually have to go back out the door in order to do so. So let's try hairpinning this. So we're going to use the hairpin on this balcony door. Bingo! Which leads us to a room full of beakers and stuffed animals. A lynx mounted and stuffed. This is a fine work of taxidermy. And that painting had something about the lynx. Some sort of spilled chemical product. It smells strongly of vinegar. A few handwritten notes. That goddamn cat. He meows every night, and it is for me. I know it. He is mocking me. He knows my secret. He knows. I will not let him ruin everything. I do not have any choice. I have to put an end to his miserable life. Or better yet, I will blind him. You Gabby lynx. You will not confess. No, not you. Remains of chemical experiments. There's a book on the floor. No, it's a can of paint thinner. I misread that. Oh, we could use that on the painting. Common hammer. Take a nice little hammer there. Some strange books written in a language unknown to me. Now, there's a ladder leading up to a trap door, and I'm betting the trap door is locked. On top of the ladder, there's a trap door with a keyhole reinforced with gold. Yep, it's locked. The golden force trapdoor is locked. Yep. Alright, so we've opened that. So we're gonna head back in here and dump this paint thinner on the painting. Cannot pour the thinner directly onto the canvas. It would remove every layer of paint. Fresh image as well as whatever originally lay beneath. Ah. We have an old cloth. We'll dump that old cloth in the paint thinner, dampen the cloth with paint thinner. I'm going to take the cloth and apply. The thinner has worked. The fresh paint is gone, and now I can see the original painting. The lynx's mouth is open as if it were growling. Smash the window? No. Well, there was a lynx, stuffed lynx over in that back room. So we'll check back over with the stuffed lynx. This lynx looks like the one in Anthony's portrait. Its mouth is shut like it was before I revealed the original painting. I would hate to damage this fine work of taxidermy. Okay. Alright, so we need to find a way to open its mouth. What's this? Some torn out diary pages. They will not bother me anymore. I am done with their censorious gazes, their whispers. It is all ready. There's only one thing left to do. Few press cuttings pinned to the wall. The Illustrated London News, 1887. Judge kills himself under strange circumstances. The Daily Telegraph, 1888. Earl found dead floating in the Thames. The Times, 1889. Famous actor found bled to death in his hotel room. A map of the region of Sussex with markings drawn on its surface. Right. So we need something. Got a hammer. What would I use a hammer on? Hey, Brainbuster, how you doing? Appreciate you being here. Hope you're having a great day. It's also not my username, and I am not Ginger. Yeah, act like you didn't get startled by that, nerd. Also, which lies are there? I'm not a ginger. I'm actually a brunette. There's a discoloration on the wall in the shape of a cross, as if one had hung there for many years and had been recently removed. Okay, we read this before. Where would we use the hammer? Alright, nothing for us here. Also, the, that track cycle is pretty noticeable. Okay, the birds are gone. There's a dying crow lying amidst a puddle of blood. This, maybe? Nope, we just pick up the crow. The remains of the banquet. So maybe we take this to the... Yeah, this might be what we have to do. Yep, okay. Alright, well the crows are all gone, but the curtains are still drawn. I hear something in the distance. It sounds like a lament. Where did the crow go? Just dragged in through there. Based on that blood trail. Crow is gone. There's a trail of blood from the bowl to that hole in the wall. Okay, we can't do anything there. The sound is louder down here. Cat seems to be behind this wall. Well, I guess we've got our hand for this. Black cat is staring at me. But wait, its eyes are missing. Ah! Good lord, it almost ripped my eyes out and has run away into the dark. There is an open chest with a yellow robe, a mask, and a knife. This knife could be useful. Oh, right, we can take this and use it on the lynx. Well, we fed a cat. So let's take this, whatever's inside this lynx's mouth. I managed to get the lynx's mouth open. There's a golden key inside. And naturally, we need that to get up here. Oh God, no. Anthony, no! The lifeless body of my dear friend. What madness could have led him to commit such an act? There's something in his pocket. Yeah, hey, my friend's dead. I'm just gonna go fishing through his pockets, I guess. It is a sealed letter. Dear J. Devitt, if you are reading these lines, then I am nothing but a dead body hanging before you. I write to you in my last shreds of lucidity. You are one of my oldest friends, and when I sent you the letter asking you to come here, I did not doubt for one moment that you would. Had you failed me this evening, everything would have been lost. I have found myself involved in a series of horrible incidents. Oh no. Did he go after a bunch of orphans? For reasons beyond my comprehension and sanity, I have become a total stranger to myself and to my closest relatives. capable of the most indescribable and atrocious acts. I cannot give you any more details at this time. I must ask that you go immediately back to the boarding school where we made that pact, where we all swore on our honor that sentence would protect us. This letter must not reach anyone else, so it is imperative that you destroy it immediately. The lives of the rest of the group, and yours too, are in great danger. Do not delay. They are already waiting for you. Seeing is believing, Devitt. Do not forget that. Always your loyal friend, Anthony Beechworth. The last story of the letter was funded via Kickstarter by 285 backers. It was published on March 11th, 2013. So that ends episode 1. And we get a neat little recap of what we just did. Last time, Jeremiah Devitt receives a mysterious letter from his childhood friend Anthony Beechworth. He travels to his friend's manor in Sussex, where he learns of Anthony's descent into madness and the death of his wife, Anna Beechworth. Devitt faces the perils of the house and finally finds the dead body of his friend who committed suicide. Anthony's final letter warns Devitt of an unknown danger and asks him to remember his past by going back to the boarding school they both attended years back. Father in heaven, hallowed be your name. Just gotta figure out. This guy's got a lot of crosses. Oh, here we are. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done. In earth as it is in heaven. I think it's on earth, but okay. Give us each day our daily bread. Pretty sure it's give us this day, but alright. Forgive us our sins, for we ourselves forgive our debtors. You kind of combine two different versions. It's I think it was forgive us our trespasses as we forgive those who trespass against us. You could also substitute trespass with debt. Forgive us our debts as we forgive those who are in our debt, or something like that. Whatever. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, the power, and the glory, forever and ever. Amen. Shh. I'm gonna just let it play, because I like this intro. Man, they put so much work into this. It's so good. Now tell me, where are you? What do you see? Who is it? Is it Anthony? Answer me. What is she doing? Get close to her. Get close to Anna. When I count to 3, you'll wake up. 1, 2. That. 3. Now, wake up. Wake up! You can rest now, Mr. Devitt. That will be enough for today. Are these sessions really necessary? I am confident that this is the best course of treatment for your symptoms. Now, did you ever see him again? I saw it. What did you see? Can you describe it? It looked like an eye. It was like an eye, perfectly rounded and dark, deep and empty, accompanied by the most horrifying, pain-filled screams I have ever heard. Inside, a complete darkness where an evil dwells deep below. A forgotten fear for human reasoning, but undoubtedly still rests deep down inside our being. In my case, that fear has already awoken. I can understand why you are disturbed, Mr. Devitt. With your permission, I would like to consult on your case with a colleague of mine, a man I've known for many years who is more versed in modern psychological practices. I think his knowledge and experience would be very helpful in enabling us to understand your condition. If you... Shit, I hit a button. Sorry. I believe the gist of that was, I need help. Thank you for helping me. This will work for sure. Thank you, Dr. Wayfield. I bid you good evening. Shit. Anthony, my friend, what really happened to you? How could you have let your wife Anna die so awfully? These doubts consume my soul. I hardly remember the time we spent together as schoolmates. I confess that beyond your enduring friendship, I can recall little of those years. Were your words a result of an increasing loss of sanity? In your letter, you wrote that someone awaits me. A warning to ward me from a genuine danger, or merely the ravings of a brilliant mind addled by insanity? Something stirs uneasily within my heart. I will not rest easily again until I go back to that boarding school and find out what secrets may lie within. Farewell, Mr. and Mrs. Beechworth. Rest now in peace. So now it's just showing us the sitting in front of a fire. Now we're sitting on a bed. And now we're taking a carriage to the boarding school. Episode 2 of Season 1, Memories. So I wonder if I could turn off... See how well this works. Nah. I just gotta watch about hitting the bumpers. I wish they hadn't done the bumpers for the two-handed. It's no real point. Angel Gabriel, the school's emblem. I remember it being very pristine, but looks neglected and dirty now. Pardon, excuse me, sister? Good evening, sister. Good evening, I'm Mother Elizabeth. What brings you here, Mr. Devitt? I'm a former student of this boarding school. As you can see, Mr. Devitt, this stopped being an academic institution a long time ago and is now exclusively dedicated to prayer and the well-being of the patients under our care. What? I see. Even so, may I please speak to... Mr. Devitt, I am afraid that we are too busy to start wasting time talking about past issues. In addition, there is little to say. We sisters arrived after the boarding school had closed down. Everybody Monsignor, of course. Monsignor? Exactly. But you didn't answer my question. Why have you come to this place, Mr. Devitt? Um, I think this place will help me remember my past. If you have memory problems, I would recommend you to visit a doctor immediately and don't waste your time here. How about I want to appreciate time. Guess it would be a good idea to visit this place again and perceive the passage of time. Who is that? Doesn't sound. Perceive the passage of time. What are you talking about exactly? Well, I appreciate your honesty, Mr. Devitt. I'll allow you to stay around here. I hope I won't regret my decision. Don't worry, Mother. Thank you. No. Very good use of perspective. I'm also noticing that they're doing the style of kind of that widescreen look where all the room lines go towards the horizon from opposite angles. Because otherwise it would have been an angle going down like that with some empty space over here. So just to fill up the visual space, they have the whole room aiming towards the horizon in the center. And you could see that shown in the staircase. You can't really see the lines too well because they're hidden behind all the stuff. But the stairs here kind of give away the perspective that the rooms are going for. So we'll check out the first floor first. Some bandages and other medical equipment, nothing of interest. A picture of Saint Camilla de Lely, patron saint of the sick, hospitals, and nurses. He seems to have forsaken this place. Doctor. I'm sorry, I'm not a doctor. Pay him no mind. He has been delirious for some days. I'm Miss Mary Vinge, and this is my brother, Matthew. Juliet. He coughs. Why have you left me? Why don't you answer my letters? Coughs again. My letters. You see, the poor man is still obsessed with his fiancée. He won't accept that she left him months ago. My poor Matthew. I'm very sorry, Miss Finch. I hope he recovers. Thank you. Try talking to him. Time goes very slowly in this place, as if it has stopped. Please let us rest, alright? We won't bother him. There's a bunch of medical reports. Why are the medical reports framed up on the wall? Photographs of people, most likely family and friends of this bed's previous resident. A magazine entitled Weird Tales. Saw a coat over here. Okay, we can't do anything with the coat. Are you alright, madam? There was a rhythmic sound, like a breathing. What do you mean? It was last night. I felt an increasing pressure on my temples. Something dry and rough, like tree bark, brushed against my leg. And I saw something on the wall, like a growing shadow. I lit the lamp, and there was nothing. I am sure it was just a nightmare, madam? He is quite a pale young boy. He is asleep. This guy needs some help. Please, someone. Piety. I am sorry, you cannot be here. Is there some way I can help? Don't worry about it, sir. The Lord looks after each and every one of our patients. He will provide you with all the help you need. If you wish, you can pray there, next to the statue of Our Lady. Don't you think she is beautiful? The Virgin listens to those in need. Except incels. A gloomy statue of the Virgin Mary makes this place even more mournful, if that is possible. A picture of the Virgin Mary gazing at you, supposedly to portray sympathy and compassion for you. However, she seems to look more pained and sorrowful here. Well, we've unlocked a door. Let's check outside. Good. A gravedigger. And a vampire. A locked wood coffin badly finished. It seems that whoever made it was a bit rushed to finish. Good evening. I hope you are right and this turns out to be, indeed, a good evening. My name is Devitt. I did not know there was a graveyard here. My pleasure, Mr. Devitt. I am Frank Baldwin. Do not ask me why, but Monsignor specifically ordered to bury the corpses here. Did he order to bury corpses here? Yes, that's what he said. Why? I do not understand. What is there to understand, Mr. Devitt? God has forsaken this place. Ah, don't you know? Here we take care of patients. I am an old alumnus. I used to attend the school. It has been a long time since this is not a boarding school anymore. The building is now used as a nursing home run by nuns. A former student, eh? I never heard anybody in the village speak fondly of the school. They say it closed overnight, though nobody knows why. Not a lot was known about it. Excuse the interruption, Mr. Baldwin. I'll leave you with your work. Have a nice evening, alumnus Devitt. This small group of graves has been haphazardly arranged. So we can go this way. Looks like down to the beach. Yeah, down to the beach. Piece of fishing net. Let's grab that. And I think that's a wooden plank. Many years of drift has perfectly smoothed this flotsam into a small log. Damn, these animations are really good. The Lost Pilgrim, a sea stack older students at the school used to climb. Somewhere up there are my initials. Wow, look at that. I think they use transparency. It'd be cool if they didn't. It'd be cool if they just, like, used really light colors to create that effect, but I think they used transparency for those last, I think it's 3 or 4 frames. I think it's like an 8-frame animation, but damn is it good. Seriously, like, just this, the sheer amount of detail in this pixel art is fantastic. And the game auto-saves in every room, so that's nice. A music box. Probably it belonged to one of the students. So we'll take the music box. We used to keep our textbooks on these shelves. Nothing up there. What's up here? The books on these shelves are old and musty. Theology is the dominant subject. There is an odd sentence written on the board. In death there is hope, in death there is life. One must seek its true nature to understand the nothing. It looks like it has been there for years as the chalk has faded in some places. Oh, and there is a note here. Dear brother, I have received your letter and I'll try to write you more frequently. I hope you are studying a lot and you feel comfortable there. We miss you a lot. When are you coming back? Father is in bed with fever, and I do not feel very well, but I am on medication. Today is my birthday, and I am feeling blue. It is a quiet and boring Sunday at the village. Mum is going to cook a lemon cake like those Grandma used to make. I wish we could eat it together. Write back soon. I am looking forward to knowing how you are doing, what you are learning. How is Scotland, and so on. A big hug. I think about you a lot. Your dear sister. And I think that's a... No, I missed this note over here. Somehow. January 15th, 1876. Father Ernest seemed unusually troubled today. Several times he paused abruptly in the middle of a lecture for no reason. Even during his favorite class, theology. January 18th, 1876. Today Father Ernest was very irritable. Collins made a comment and was expelled from class for it. And even Devitt was admonished for just for reading a philosophy book. I hope Father Ernest doesn't turn his ire toward me. My father will be disappointed if I fail to get good marks. January 21st, 1876. It was very disconcerting to see Father Ernest entering class so pale and sweaty. In the middle of his lecture, he stumbled, dazed, and had to sit. January 22nd, 1876. Father Eugene taught our theology class today, even though he doesn't know the subject matter as well as Father Ernest. When we asked him what had happened to Father Ernest, Father Eugene told us that he had taken ill. What worries me is that now Father Eugene is also starting to look unwell. February 20th, 1876. It has been a month since we last saw Father Ernest. We are told that he is still sick, but if he is so ill, then why hasn't a physician come to treat him? My studies are flagging, but I have taken upon myself to read on my own. I hope this helps, as I must succeed in spite of the problems happening around us. February 23rd, 1876. It was announced this morning that the school is to close. None of us know why, and we cannot get a straight answer from the faculty. They each dodged the question, and I am starting to think they may not know the answer themselves. Their anxiety is palpable, though they try to hide it behind a calm face. What about Father Ernest? I hear he alone is to remain after we vacate the premises. There is a picture in the diary. Just 1 second. Okay. It is a photograph of my graduating class. I see myself, Father Ernest, and Anthony. I do not remember the names of the others. One face has been completely scratched out. Okay, that's everything here. And that basically covers this floor. Actually, nope. Let's check upstairs. A dusty old tapestry had the Virgin Mary with baby Jesus in her arms. The hell? That was weird. Is that a rosary? A syringe next to a flask with a label that reads morphine. I kind of want to take that. One of the humble beds where the nuns sleep. Yeah, these audio files replay, but you can definitely hear where it stops and starts. On the upper shelf of the antique cupboard, a well-worn Bible and rosary beads gather dust. Good evening, sister. Sister? All this suffering, all these tears, all our prayers, unanswered. What do you mean, sister? All these years entrusted to the Lord, praying, looking for a sign, for something that can give me strength. Every day I hear them cry, pray, scream, and die. And what for? Where are you, Lord? Why don't you answer me? The Lord works in mysterious ways, sister. Certainly, yes, but I don't ask for much. Just something to go on. Oh, skipped through, sorry. I don't know if that's me or if that's just the game accidentally doing it. I can't go on, not like this. Excuse me, sir. What, sweetie? What are you doing? A worn out and faded tapestry of Jesus Christ. Another tapestry, though I remember from my school days the student dormitory was here. Yeah, it's covering up a door. It's a bathroom. Shard of a broken mirror, so we'll take some glass with us. Couple of towels. The shower is old, rusty, and poorly maintained. Tap of the shower. If I open the tap, the shiny object could be carried away by a stream of water. Well, I've got a net. Nope. Can we put the log in here? Nope. I feel like I should be able to use this around here. There's a puddle in the shower hole with something shining under the grating. I cannot see it properly. Okay, that's why. Let's head back downstairs. And maybe there's something for us over here. These rooms are private. Okay. Maybe we could swing around the building. Yeah, okay, there's a back way. And that just leads back to here. Ancient blackthorn tree, twisted by time and weather. Alright, let's try this using the log on the coffin. The log is too thick to use as a lever to pry open the coffin. Alright, well, I have this mirror shard, so why don't we take the mirror shard back to that tapestry. The mirror chunk is sharp, but too weak to cut the tapestry. It might break. The mirror is too thick to pin it in the wood. It also seems fragile. I could break it if I force it. Would be useful to tie that to the log. The wooden stick is too thick. For winding the music box, I need something thinner. What if we cut the net? No? I don't see the sense of covering the music box with the net. Right? No. Through the big open window, the dusk's cold wind freezes the room. I would like to take those, but it's not letting me. This rusty old pipe communicates with other areas in the house. Nope, okay. All these unopened letters are addressed to Juliet from Matthew. Why would his sister keep them? I'd ask you not to touch my belongings, please. You're not aware who you are talking to. I'm sorry. Yeah, I really don't know who you are. There are several crucifixes all together at the headboard of his bed. Why? There's something I missed in here. Think so. Alright, so we can't use the glass to cut the wood. The cliff somehow looks very inviting. I wonder how many poor souls have jumped from it. Alright, so far, none of the items we have can really work together. And I'm gonna take this way around. Okay, there's something here. The stone eagle had once belonged to the angel Gabriel fountain. I found a stone ornament. And an old damaged mailbox. Postcard inside. Dear Matthew, it has been several months and still I have heard no news from you. My brothers insist that you have abandoned me, but I am sure you remain true. I know that you would never do that to me, for I know your heart and the honesty of your eyes. I got this address from a hospital in London and pray that it reaches you safely. If that is the case, I want you to know that I will always be waiting for you. Forever yours, Juliet Holloway. So we better take this letter back to Matthew. Looks like his sister is a dirty liar. Foul lying beast? Right. Mr. Vinge, I think this letter is addressed to you. Oh, thank you. Leave it with me if you'd be so kind. As you can see, my brother is too weak to read it. Well, Matthew, let's see who has written to you. Oh, it's a letter from our mother. Dear Matthew, I hope you are recovering. I wish that your beloved sister and you could come back home soon. Miss Finch is making up the letter's contents. Oh, we distracted her long enough to take the letters. My letters. All the letters I wrote to dear Juliet. You never posted them. But why, Mary? Why would you do such a thing? He coughs. How could you be so cruel? I had to do it, Matthew. You refuse to see how inappropriate a match she is for you. Her only interest is in marrying someone of your status, of our family's status. It was for your sake I did this. I did it to protect you from that woman's treachery. No, you only thought of yourself, of your vanity. I can't bear to look upon you anymore, Mary. Leave me be. From this day forth, you are no sister of mine. Ow. Plus it just bit me. You dare banish me? I, who stayed by your side all through your illness? Very well, Matthew. You will have your way. I will leave you, and then you will see how very alone you are. Farewell, brother. Thanks be to the Lord that you have come to reveal my sister's cruelty, sir. Please take this coin as a token of my appreciation. It's my lucky coin. I hope it serves you better than it has myself. Thanks. Later, bro. So let's see if we could use this coin to fish that thing out. It seems to have a... Okay, that doesn't really tell me much about the coin. No, we can't actually use anything on here. Oh. Fortuitous that this actually unlocks the music box. Breaking the statue. Okay. Don't want to destroy the statue. Let's throw a net on it. Purpose. Don't think the statue needs the box. No intention of harming. Okay. So I'm not quite sure. Okay. Nope. I just gotta figure out what we're doing with this. So she's asleep. Let's see about this guy then. Okay, so we can't really do anything with them. Maybe we can further bust up the statue. No, you can't use it on anything. So now I'm just kind of checking through everything. Oh, maybe we could play the music box for her? Yeah, there we go. Oh, what a beautiful melody. It reminds me of my youth when I was vibrant and full of purpose. I knew my path then. Oh, may God bless you. For you have given me the sign I was looking for. Ah, a lot of dry leaves have accumulated in a hole of this rusty old pipe. They are blocking the water stream. The hole has very sharp and rusty edges. If I try to put my hand in, I could cut myself. What if we log it? Would it too soften to even bend the sharp edges? What if we net it? No. Stone ornament it. That's the ticket. I blunted the sharp edges of the pipe. Now I need not fear being cut. Alright. So now what we're going to do is rush back to the bathroom. Since we've gotten the water moving, if I open the tap, the shiny object can be carried away by the stream of water. Yes, that's what I want. Oh. What if we throw the net on there? Aha! Okay. The net should catch anything coming down the pipe. I can now open the tap with no risk of losing the shiny object. The water dripping animation is a good player guiding, showing the player that you want to be interacting with that particular one. So what kind of shiny object did we get? A teardrop. Is a glass tiara, probably once belonged to a piece of jewelry. Okay. Can I use it to cut this open? It does not work. Okay. No. Okay, so none of that's working. Presumably, we just need to find somebody to give this to. Not her. Maybe we use it on this statue in here. I have placed the glass tear in a hollow of the Virgin's cheek. Seems that it fits perfectly. In the eyes of a fervent devotee, it looked like a real tear, but if only I can make it shine. Oh, our mother is crying? Really? Oh my lord, what does it mean? What have I done? What have we done? Alright, well, we got her to leave. You must help me, he coughs. What can I do? What's wrong with you? There is little time. I tell them about my pain. I describe the unbearable and endless pain, yet they do not listen. They pass me by without even looking at me. They say that they are praying for me, but it does not cure my ailment. Sir, I cannot stand it anymore. Please be merciful and end this miserable existence. This is the greatest of the tortures. Please help me. But, sir, I know, but I beseech you, you'll be saving me from horrible torture. I'll be eternally indebted to you. I understand. Your request is terribly hard for me, but I guess I could find the courage to help. I understand the magnitude of what I am asking. God bless you, sir. I do not know how I can show my gratitude. What I need you to do is, without the nuns noticing, to try to get an amount of morphine enough so that I may be embraced by the deepest of dreams, and in that way stop the rhythm of my heart. You only have to get me morphine in a syringe, leave the rest to me, and I won't bother you anymore. Well, I know where it is. So let's see, suicide and assisted suicide. But I know exactly where the morphine is. A syringe next to a flask. What reads morphine? I shall take. So we're gonna bring the morphine to this guy. Not sure how this is gonna, what puzzle this is gonna, what? Okay, he disappeared. With a letter. There's a note on the bed. I'll read it. It just says, Baldwin lies, over and over. Noise is coming from inside the coffin. Can't use the log. I can hear the voice. What voice is that? So it looks like we need to find Baldwin, because he's got somebody locked up in the coffin. Very clearly not dead. There he is. So many corpses. Many patients are dying. What is there to understand, Mr. Devitt? God has forsaken this place. Tell me about the Monsignor. Cannot rightly say. After all these years, I have never seen the man. Who knows? Maybe he does not exist. Excuse the interruption, Mr. Baldwin. Leave you with your work. Looks like his toolbox. We need to keep him distracted. How do we distract him? What about Mother Elizabeth? She's pretty strict, I can tell you that much, Mr. Devitt. Do not think she likes me very much either. How about this place? Well, the construction of this building was ordered by an Episcopal Bishop of Aberdeen in 1805. I'd like to know about Aberdeen. It was the place where I was born and raised, one of the biggest cities in Scotland. Look there, towards the northeast, you'll see King's Chapel Tower. It's the highest point of the city. Alright, cool. Thanks for the pry bar here. Let's rip this bad boy open. Okay, that's... what? The darkness of his eye. His body is petrified. He has a look of sheer terror in his eyes. Oh my god, what has happened? Talk! Talk to me! Mother Elizabeth is trying to make him come to his senses. Okay, so that didn't give me any result. Oh, we can take this. Or not. Okay. Pry bar. Oh, okay. This is just to distract her away from here. Damn you! Ah. There are papers on which Mother Elizabeth was working. William Nealon's, November 13th, 1891. Cause of death, cachexia. Notes, scratch marks have been found in his stomach. Elmer Moore, November 17th, 1891. Cause of death, pleuresia. Notes, a clear expression of terror on the patient's paralyzed face was found at the time of death. Evelyn Benzie, November 20th, 1891. Cause of death, marasmo. Notes, we found the patient dead, emaciated, and pale. What, sweetie? Theodore Harding, November 23rd, 1891. Cause of death, typhoid fever. Notes, the patient suffered severe hallucinations minutes before death. Screamed and shook until the opiates started to take effect. Lena Ashdown, November 27th, 1891. Cause of death, osteoarticular tuberculosis. Notes, during the autopsy we found some strange black marks on her fingers. Claude Harris, December 10th, 1891. Cause of death unknown. Notes, he died while he was sleeping. Nora Dunstan, December 13th, 1891. Cause of death, respiratory arrest. Notes are blank. Ellen Blair, December 14th, 1891. Cause of death, morphine overdose. Patient committed suicide. Notes, the patient did not seem to have depressive symptoms of suicidal tendencies. And then something here. A large, bright an ornate key. And it's lucky we have that, because there's a locked door here. With which we need to unlock. Like a flashback. Don't look into his eyes. Okay. Because the deepest darkness dwells in his eyes. He was... Come in, my son. You do think you could hide these books from me? They are just classic philosophy books, Father. Plato and Aristotle. Silence! Instruments of falsehood, you mean. Fallacy is coming from the snake. Now, son, get on your knees and raise your arms. Apologize to the Lord. Pray to the Lord. It is Latin, malum in se, evil in itself. Strange eye-shaped symbol, and another one. Eye of the bird, what does this mean? Yeah. Glass shattered. Oh. Another. Let's get away from these windows. Before Cerberus pops on through. Lord, your eyes burn me. I don't deserve mercy nor forgiveness. Oh, Lord, have mercy on my soul. Who are you sending me? Is death to whom you are handing me over? Has my hourglass already run out of sand? Father Ernest. Ernest, it's been many years since I... Damn it. Father, I am here to remember. You have to help me, I beg of you. I think there's certain moments where just like the text advances on its own for some reason. Pleas, entreaties, petitions, praying, torment, exemption. Past times bring us just misfortune and pain. Father Ernest, I was one of your students. One of my old students, you say? It's only the Lord who teaches us. We all must follow his ordinances and disciplines. Closer, son. Come pray next to me. Yeah, sounds like a bad idea. Let's not do that. He has a large burn covering his eyes. He's completely blind. Despite his decrepitude, extreme thinness, and paleness, I can still recognize Father Ernest. But he seems far away, like in another world. Like some morphine, Father? I get some sweet morphine here. Delicious. The makeshift altar is coated in a dense layer of wax. The candles, having almost burnt out, only barely illuminate the room. A creepy image of Christ crucified. They all are. Inexplicably, it has a dark cloth covering his head. Glory be to the Father, and the Son, and to the Holy Spirit, as it was in the beginning, is now, and ever shall be. Some of the best philosophy books are covered in skin. Now, my son, tell the Lord, which one is his voice, the sharp sword, the wise quill, or the delicate petal? Well, a lot of the, the teachings, and that's in air quotes, not so much in the Bible, but, in a lot of, like when you hear people talk about Christianity, it tends to be violence. So, sword. Yes, that's it, my son. The Lord, with his sharp sword, transmits us his wisdom, his power, and his punishment. And now, my son, tell the Lord which one is his holy path? Virtue, endless blame, or blessed penance? I think penance. Damn it. No. Your soul lives embraced by the dark... Oh. Tell the Lord, who are you? The faceless pilgrim, the gate guard, or the lost seaman? Faceless pilgrim. There is no salvation of the Lord for your soul. Oh, this is bad. Leave me alone, I have to purify my soul. So it looks like I screwed up. eye watches me. I know you were there. You didn't hear me? Get out of my room. Despite being blind, he retains good hearing. I must be more careful when moving. Okay. Dear God in heaven, I feel for you. Your light is in my eyes. I will burn them for you. Dear God in heaven, I feel myself at your eyes. Dear God in heaven, I fear myself in you. Your sword is in my hands. I will burn them for you. Dear God in heaven, I hate myself in you. My blame is in your heart. I will burn myself for you. Damn, I fucked that up. An old razor blade stained with blood. Take that. So let's take this razor. Because we can actually... I think that's all we came here for, is the razor. Because now we can finally cut this tapestry. Are you kidding me? Can I use it on the log? Shut up. And finally, our expert on philosophy, Jeremiah DeWitt, shows up. Where were you, my friend? We've been looking for you. Well, as I was saying, tonight is the perfect moment for our next meeting, but I suspect that someone outside our group is secretly surveilling us. Who is it, Anthony? My dear friends, it is Professor Glynn. Do you mean Father Ernest? Certainly, no doubt about it. Therefore, dear colleagues, I have decided to change the venue for tonight's meeting. Have you noticed the lounge behind the small door of the classroom? I have believed convenient to borrow the key for our necessities. At 12 o'clock, you will find that door open, and I'll be inside the lounge. That is it, my dearest colleagues. Fidet ne qui siat. They all say it. And here's the dorm. I remember that in these drawers we kept some of our personal belongings. Now they are all empty. I know I'm butchering the Latin, and I don't care. The walls are in complete shambles. I could probably punch through them if I tried. I have this tool. No? Okay. I remember that this is the bed where I used to sleep when I was a student here. Why are we... No, don't go to sleep, you idiot. Mr. Rabbit was jumping through the forest on a warm spring afternoon. Okay. When going through a bush, Mr. Rabbit ran into Mr. Wolf, Mr. Vulture, and Mrs. Snake, who were having a heated argument. Mr. Rabbit, curious, asked them, Dearest, why are you arguing this beautiful and cheerful spring afternoon? Mr. Wolf answered politely, What we are trying to decide here is which one of us will have the pleasure to eat you up. Mr. Rabbit, really scared, said, But I do not want to be eaten. I want to live. Oh. This place kind of fell into disrepair. To which Mrs. Snake answered, smiling, "That would be impossible, Mr. Rabbit, since we all, both you and us, are going to die sooner or later. Don't you think so?" Mr. Vulture added, "Mrs. Snake is right. We should stick to the issue at hand. It is getting late, and as you see, we do not agree. Do you want to help us to decide, Mr. Rabbit? Who would you suggest as the one to eat you?" After thinking about it for a while, Mr. Rabbit came up with an idea and carefully said, "I got it. Why not organize a race? The first to arrive at the forest clearing will have the privilege of eating me. No doubt Mr. Wolf can run at high speed, but Mr. Vulture can go flying and avoid any obstacle. And I'm sure that Mrs. Snake knows all the shortcuts within the forest. What do you think?" I don't know if they're statues or if they're just people waiting. The three predators agreed that it was fair, so they started the race and they quickly disappeared. Mr. Rabbit, happy to trick them, started running at high speed in the opposite direction of the predators who, eager to prove their worth, didn't realize the trick. Mr. Rabbit ran far away from there until he finally felt safe, happy, and proud of his cunning. But suddenly there was a loud bang. The earth shook, frightened birds flew, and everything went dark. The end. Ah! Okay, this is clever. There's something I have kept to myself for a long time. And the thing is that I love you. I have always loved you. Since the first time I saw you, since the first time I felt your frozen hands. Each time I move away from you, I miss your glassy, empty, dead eyes. I miss your rough hair, your grayish skin, your stench. But our love just cannot be. It is an impossible love. From one nope into another nope. No, not again. How long have I been sleeping? What was all that about? Why the hell did you go to bed here? In the nightmares, I found a place in my memories. Wait, if we retrace our steps... Okay, so in it we exited here, came down here, we went up here, we crossed through here, and I think we went through the door on the far right. And something in here. Yeah, the trap door and the bunny room. In my disturbing nightmare, I was brought to this spot. It's the trap door I saw in my nightmare. From here sprouts a horrible stench. There is something down there. Naturally, let's go in. Oh shit! Did you see? Did you see? It was there just in front of me. That thing. It was screaming. He shakes uncontrollably, his body racked with pain, and there's only one way to end his suffering. Rest in peace. The decayed corpse of a young woman. It seems as if she had been devoured by an animal. The stretchers used to carry the corpses here. Who's behind all this? He must have been dead at least a week, still bearing an expression of horror. The walls are splattered with dried blood. Another, vision. Or memory, as it were. Punctual as always, DeVitt. Now all that remains is to introduce our guest. You may come in now, Professor. Father Ernest. Do not worry, my friend. I invited him to join us this evening. The professor genuinely shares our curiosity, and who better to complete our group than one of the most renowned theologists. Moreover, we mustn't ban those who are willing to explore beyond the veil. The moment we have long awaited has now arrived. Please, all of you, take a seat, and we shall begin the procedure. Soon shall the door be open, and then may we finally see what lies beyond. Now I ask that you close your eyes. You will feel a momentary prick as I inject you with the serum. That sounds like a terrible... Yeah, it's a terrible idea. Even after all these years, I have not forgotten your voice. You are the fourth witness. I remember now what happened, what it is that we saw. The eye of the bird, Malam in Se. What happened to us? What is it that we witnessed? You must tell me. You must make me understand what my mind cannot fathom. It was in our curiosity that damned us. We opened that which should not be opened. In doing so, we shortened the veil that separated our world from his. In seeking vision, we were ourselves seen by the eye of the bird. It remembers us. It looks for us. It calls us from its dark nest, from its abominable lair. All these years, I have attempted to return to it, but I have no strength left. These poor, wretched creatures are too fragile. They lack the sight to return. Not one of them has. Only us, the four witnesses. Who are the other two? Where are they? They disappeared as you did. I haven't heard from any of you, but I was seized by curiosity. It absconded with my faith and deprived me of my sanity. Oh, Lord, forgive me, for I have sinned. Nothing remains. All that is left is surrender. Surrender to him. Bravely have we sinned, and now our only absolution is to burn in the flames. Oh, shit! Malam. In. Say. Oh, shit. I think we're being buried alive. Oh. And that brings us to the end of episode 2. Interesting that they had it They're going by episode in terms of the funding. Huh. All right. Well, we're gonna end on that note. We're gonna find out what happens next on the next one. So I want to thank you all for coming by and watching. And of course, I'll see you on the next one. Later.